Otro día, otro video. Bienvenido al canal. Welcome to the channel, everybody. Today we are watching Elite. This is episode 1 of season 4. Hopefully you guys have seen the first 3 seasons because I wasn't doing YouTube when that started, so that's not up on the channel. But I do recommend going back and watching it because it's absolutely fantastic. There's so many twists and turns. Who did this? Was it you? Was it her? Who killed him? You know, it's madness. It's obviously going to be full of spoilers if you've not seen it, so I do recommend going and watching the first 3 because we're going to dive into the spoilers now. So in season 1, the main death was Marina. She was killed by Apollo, and yeah, it was interesting. It was all trying to guess who did it, and we found out in the very last episode, and that rolled into season 2. And Carla, his girlfriend, or slash his ex-girlfriend, you know, they was together. Dave was trying to cover it up. He was going crazy, so to speak. He wanted to release information to Guzman, his best friend and stuff, but he couldn't because he killed his sister, obviously. And then that still rolled on into season 3. Now, people did find out he was the killer in season 2, but not everyone found out. Well, in season 3, people knew it was him. He ended up getting killed, and again, it was like, who killed Polo? You know, we went through the round, literally went through the ringer, who's going around everybody, who done it. Turns out it was Lou. She killed him, and she killed him by accident, stabbed him in the neck with a bottle, and he ended up falling through a window and dying, didn't he? But it was interesting because everybody covered for her. They all went over, and every single person grabbed that bottle, put their fingerprints on it, so they couldn't direct it just at her. So it's literally fascinating. And now we're going into this season. I feel like well, not I feel like, I think from looking at the poster that I've literally just seen a poster, it doesn't look like Lou's in the season no more. It doesn't look like Nadia's in the season. Carla's not in the season. It looks like Usman, he's still in it. So's Ander. We've got Rebecca, she's still in it. Katiana and what is the other main guy, Samuel and Guzman. They are the people that looks like the cast has been retained. So it looks like we got like 3 or 4 new characters come in, and obviously because of the first 3 seasons, it was revolved around the death, wasn't it? The first 2 was revolved around Marina dying. Second one was revolved around Polo dying, and we was trying to figure out who done it. Obviously the first season we was trying to think who done it. It was Polo. Second season it was just the after effects of it. It's trying to find out, you know, Guzman spiraling, and then obviously in the 3rd season we know straight away, we found out that Polo died, and it was backtracking to see like who killed him, how did it happen, and who's going down for it. Turns out none of them did. But now we're going into a brand new year, and yeah, it's interesting. Is it going to be another death? I'm assuming because we had that for 3 seasons, then I'm just thinking we're going to dive in another death, but maybe we just go down the high school route. Do you know what I mean? High school life, sex, relationships, drinking, drugs, and maybe that is the way we go. And then maybe a few episodes down the line, someone gets OD'd, someone gets stabbed, killed, you know, someone lashes out, I don't know. But currently, I think my favourite, you know what, it grew on me, actually. With the relationship with Nadia, it actually really grew because I really wanted them to be together because her family was so against it. And that's why I kind of like Usman to be with what was his part with Ander, because he had cancer and stuff, but his family was against it too, obviously because they're Muslims. And then I was kind of rooting behind them. Looks like they're going to be together now. But I really like Rebecca, you know, Rebe. She was introduced, she was well good. She really liked Samuel, but he was really into Carla, and I felt really sorry for her. So maybe this season, you know, she bins him off, she gets with somebody else. We'll see how it goes. Maybe Samuel gets jealous because Carla's not in it. Loads of avenues we can go down. I'm really excited, you know. Oh, there was a guy that got introduced as well. He was Lou's stepbrother. They used to sleep together, interestingly. So he was quite good in the last season. I really have forgot his name, so I do apologise, but I hope he's in it because he was a good character to him, actually. He mixed it up, he done drugs and everything, like he made it every time he was in the scene. He didn't know what was going on, so it was really good. So we're going to jump into today's episode. Hopefully you guys like it. You know, this is a Spanish TV series. We've got a French one, Lupin, that's being uploaded to the channel. I know it's quite crazy right now. The channel's full of loads of content and it's coming out all over the place, but it's like real life, you know. Everything gets fired at me. And if I wasn't doing YouTube, I'd be watching all of them. So I am watching all of them now in real life, and I'm just trying to struggle to get them out on YouTube in a sensible time so that they're all still relevant for everybody to watch and the gaps are not too big. But we do have Shadow and Bone, the originals, the Vampire Diaries, Lucifer's just finished, we've got Lupin, and now we've got Elite. You know, it's like six different series that we're trying to keep relevant on the channel. So hopefully you guys are enjoying that because there's so much content. So thanks for clicking on my videos today. Hopefully you guys like it. If you do, smash the like, it really helps out. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, let's jump into today's episode.
Tengo que hacerte unas preguntas. ¿Qué ha pasado? ¿Qué ha ocurrido?
Well, someone's dead already.
¿Por alguna razón en especial?
¿El qué?
Dividirnos por sexos y no por niveles. Los mejores en la calle 1, los peores en la 5.
Dividíos como os he dicho.
New girl. Oh, she's been kicked out of being the head school.
En sus propias palabras, el colegio lleva 2 cursos siendo un camión cuesta abajo y sin frenos. Despedida fulminantemente, con el curso empezado. A mi edad.
Puto colegio de mierda. Yo me voy contigo.
No digas tonterías, tú te quedas aquí. Quédate aquí con Omar. No te preocupes por mí, ya veré lo que hago.
Cada vez que uno de sus miembros va mal, el padre corre raudo a ayudarle. Las Encinas lleva un par de cursos que no va por donde debiera.
Omar.
Muchas gracias por honrarnos con tu atención. Déjame darte un consejo de amigo. Y en realidad es para todo el mundo. No perdáis el tiempo con excusas.
So that's interesting then. This guy sounded like he was the CEO of the school, and because it wasn't running well, he was like, look, sometimes, you know, you want something done right, you do it yourself. He's come down, he's like, school's running badly, I'm here, I'm going to take charge, I'm the dad of this ship. That's kind of the analogy that he used. If his family's not doing right, then the dad comes to the rescue, and that's what he used on himself. So it's interesting. Obviously, this is called the New Order or something, and that's what he's just mentioned then. So we've got new characters. This woman's going to be one. Obviously, Omar's joined the school now, and yeah, I can't wait to see where we go from here.
Me ha faltado conocerte un poquito mejor para no caer en tu estrategia.
No tengo ninguna estrategia, he metido el turbo y para adelante.
Encantada. Soy Ari.
¿Has estado en la charla del nuevo director? ¿Me te ha parecido un majete de palo, posturero, pero que luego es todo mentira?
Es mi padre. Chao.
Ciao. It always happens. He's not even bothered, goes, man. Look at him laughing.
Hey.
Oh, we're going to have another gay person in here. Another, like, a three-way relationship like we had with Polo, Carlo, and Dinga, Rio.
Se te van los ojos. Hoy te estaba mirando el paquete. Estaba mirando la cicatriz.
Oh, he's had one as well.
Hostia, y
Accidente de coche.
tú, leucemia.
Muy chulo, tu paquete, por cierto. Guapo y majo en el que me fijo, hetero. Tengo una puntería.
Pues a veces te falla, ¿eh?
Hola, guapo.
Este es Patrick, que acaba de llegar de Londres. Se ha incorporado ya a nuestra clase. Omar, mi chico.
No, mi padre, que es el nuevo director del colegio este.
Oh, two
Omar,
of
Shannon,
them.
¿puedes venir un momento a mi despacho, por favor? De todos con todos. Del director con los alumnos y viceversa. ¿Crees que mereces una beca aquí?
Pues hombre, claro que
No
sí.
interrumpas, por favor. Como suspendiste en un centro público normalito, pues, supongo que no fue la excelencia académica. Debemos de entender que cuando hablamos de una beca, estamos hablando de logros académicos, no de circunstancias personales. Voy a realizar un examen de nivel de todo el curso pasado para que podáis demostrar que sois merecedores del privilegio que supone tener una beca aquí.
Yo no estudié el año pasado.
Eso va a ser todo. Gracias.
This guy started off like an arsehole. Let's be honest. Like, I always feel like if you're coming into a new company, a new place, and you're taking charge, right, you want to do it in a good way where people respect you more. Do you know what I mean? This guy's coming in, stamping authority, stating change, getting rid of the old principal, making kids who are inside the school take reassessments to see if they even deserve to be there. He's not doing any favours for himself. He's literally getting on people's bad side, and it's going to reflect as a ripple onto his kids because people are not just going to want to be around him. Do you know what I mean?
No se juega, no.
Yeah, there she is, mate.
Con la fuerza no se juega.
Me encanta tu rollo. Gracias. No sé de qué rollo me estás hablando, pero sí puedes. No vas a poder. Joder. No veas el genio que hemos echado en un moment, ¿no, niña? Me llamo Rebeka, con K.
Mencia. Encantada.
Two gay people introduced. Interesting, that. I feel like she is, anyway.
Tío, lo siento si te jode. Lo de tu chico y el otro es una putada. Pero si a lo mejor alguien como mi padre hubiera estado un pelín más encima.
¿Tú que has venido a arreglarlo conmigo o a tocarme más los huevos? Ligar contigo yo. No tienes ni puta idea.
La Barbie nadadora y el Ken Sauna son hijos del nuevo director. Mira, si te sirve de consuelo, yo pienso exactamente lo mismo que tú.
Oh, it's all these kids.
Padre y mis hermanos.
Maybe so.
Con la fuerza no se juega, no.
Told you, man. Ripple effect on the kids.
Coño, si al final vas a hablarme hoy y todo. Pues no. Llegas a un sitio nuevo como un puto rodillo.
Así funciona, Benjamín.
Mencia, por favor.
Ari, a mí también me han hecho el vacío en clase. ¿Y a ti también?
¿Y lo del examen para echar a los becados? ¿Por qué, papá?
Está aquí con un objetivo y nosotros para apoyarle.
No, nosotros porque lo dice la ley. Tenía yo 18 años y iba a estar aquí aguantando vuestras caras.
Es que también nos ha caído un buen
Yes.
regalito contigo, ¿eh?
I'm loving it. The fact that she's against the family and she wants to get rid of Rebe. I'm liking it, you know. She's not all for let's go and steamroll, destroy everybody. She's here, let me have a good life. I'm just here because you're dragging me everywhere because I have to be. I don't want to be here. I don't want to look at you. I don't like you. She seems decent, and obviously this Ari, she loves her dad. She's hardcore bumming him, like, so it's interesting. You got loads of different kids have all got different opinions. Even that lad, I've not got his name yet. Even he's kind of saying, look, you don't have to come in and do it the way you did. Like I said, you don't have to come in and steamroll your way through. Good analogy that he said.
Ya, pero es que esto es muy raro.
Nadia, por favor, que se me va a bajar, joder.
Lo siento, Guzmán, pero es que no puedo. No puedo.
Now in the stands. Yes, I'm loving this girl. I'm loving it. Oh, I'm loving it.
Podéis hacer scratches, grafitis o el pino puente, que no va a servir de nada.
¿Y lo de unirte a la sentada, qué se debe exactamente?
Pues para que veáis que estoy de vuestra parte. Benjamín tiene un punto débil, mi hermana Ari.
La niña es pija, mona, parece que bastante perra, igual es tu puto tipo.
No, se es invisible para Ari. A esas les va más Guzmán.
Que no me liéis, que ya intenté una vez una cosa así, mira cómo acabamos, que no.
Esa es mi única esperanza. Porfa, tío.
¿Qué qué?
¿Qué de qué?
¿Por qué sonríes?
I'm smiling, mate.
Yo no. Nada, que igual a mí también me va a molar tu rollo.
¿Tienes planes esta noche?
Literally, I'm loving it. I'm so happy for Rebe. Like, honestly, I wanted it to get with Samuel. It didn't happen. If it's going to be with this girl, I'm really excited. This one has come in and she's giving me vibes, literally, absolute vibes. I'm loving it. She seems like she's going to cause madness, and I'm really excited. You know what? I've got a soft spot for this program, man. Literally, I really do love it. It's like, to me, it's underrated, but I don't know anyone who watches it. I don't even know if it's popular. I don't know. No one in my personal life watches it. I just love it though. Literally, I love it. Oh, that is sick. Look at that, mate.
Tú también estás muy guapa, ¿eh? ¿Una copa o qué? Dos chupitos, por favor.
Yes, mate.
No me esperaba que fueras una de esas que se derrumban por un tío.
Hasta que apareció uno y me jodió, pero bien.
¿Cómo se llama?
¿Eh?
Samuel.
A uno de los del examen. Samuel.
Bajito.
A ver. Desnudo y tumbado en una cama no parece tan bajito, ¿eh?
Ya me encargaré yo ese nombre en la cabeza.
Oh, yes, mate. I'm loving it.
¿Por cuál?
Mencia. Vas como un obús, tú, ¿no?
De hecho, hacía meses que no estaba con una persona toda la noche tan tranquila, tan cómoda.
She moves fast like a rocket, mate. I enjoyed that.
Nos vemos ahora en un rato en clase.
Give her time, man. Give her time. I don't even think she expected to ever be in this situation.
Siempre igual, Mencia. Qué pesadilla.
¿Vuelves ahora desde anoche?
Una movida. Tuve que acompañar a una compi a urgencias. No va, así que no te metas.
Claro que va conmigo porque es que a mí también me haces daño. ¿No nos has hecho ya suficiente daño a todos?
Golpe muy, muy bajo.
Sabes perfectamente que no me...
Por última vez, Ari, que me dejes.
So she's really devastated about what's just happened with Rebe now. I think that Rebe, she likes her, but I think that she never even considered the fact that she was bisexual before. She was always into Samuel, and she's come along, she's got her conflicted, she's having a good time, she's feeling easy, she likes her, she's attracted, but she doesn't know what them feelings means because she's never had them before. Like she said, she's not been out for months, she's never been so relaxed and chilled and having a good time with somebody. And then she said that this girl, Mencia, she goes like a rocket, you know what I mean? She's literally straight in there, no messing about. She didn't pull away from the kiss. You see, this is a positive for me. She didn't pull away from it, so she didn't reject it. She was just like, after it, she was like, I'm going. You know, like she's trying to get her head around it, and this girl has took it. But I can understand what she probably took it. She probably feels bad that she's been rejected, but I don't think she has me. I just think it's just one of these new things that she's fell into, didn't expect it, and she's just got a process. Now, the conversation she's just had that with Ari there, it seems like they've possibly done something in the past, and it's had an effect on the family. I'm interested to see. I'm really excited. I think it's been a good start to the episode, well, like season so far.
Entiendo que lo de las protestas y las sentadas no te ha molado mucho, pero estoy dispuesto a dejar que me conozcas un poquito.
Smooth that.
Hagamos algo después de clase.
En el Teatro Tutor inauguran mañana una sesión gay. Y no te preocupes por tu chico. Voy a tratar de conseguir las respuestas del examen de mi padre.
Ander, Mencia ha sido clara.
Hay que ir a por Ari.
I think he's right there.
Vale.
Tengo que saber de ti para ganarte nadando.
¿Y esa obsesión por ganar?
Que tú no la tienes, ¿no? A ver, es que yo en realidad ya sé lo que es perder a alguien y que la vida se te ponga patas arriba.
Ya, pues no tiene mucha cara tú de haber perdido nada, ¿eh? ¿Qué fue lo último que perdiste? ¿Un hámster?
¿Y en clase? ¿Son todos igual de monos, de simpáticos como tú o solo estás tú?
El famoso examen a Samuel y a Omar. ¿No te parece un poco injusto?
Igual es verdad que hay otras formas de demostrar que merece la beca. Pero bueno, que igual puedo volver a intentarlo.
Joder, muchas gracias, Ari.
¿Te hace salir a cenar con tu hermana y conmigo?
¿Otra vez?
Para pasar un rato juntos y...
Que no, que ya os he dicho qué pasó.
Mira, ya está bien de intentarlo contigo. Desde ahora mismo no vas a tener acceso a tus cuentas ni a mi dinero. Voy a dar lo que la ley me exija. Ni más ni menos.
Mencía, es que te lo buscas tú solita.
Has quedado con Guzmán y vienes como levitando, ¿no?
Oh, she's gonna say she's using your
Ya que eres lerda. Guzmán ha quedado contigo para que le quiten el examen a esos dos de clase. ¿O de verdad te pensabas que le podías gustar a un tío como Guzmán? ¿Pero tú te has visto?
That was tight. I think she's pretty, to be honest, but that was tight, ruthless. Got all the money in the world and messed up. Look at him, I like. That is a good camera shot. Oh, red text.
Mira, gracias por la copa, pero que prefiero seguir así. Sola. ¿No te mereces que sea una gilipollas contigo?
And it's gone.
La hostia.
¿Quieres que compa?
No vengo a tomaros nota. Yo hoy trabajo en la barra.
No, que te va a pedir que le quites el examen, ¿no? A saber.
No.
¿Sí?
Si yo tengo que hacer el examen, lo voy a hacer. Es más por Omar. Quítaselo a él, por favor. Preguntaste a Omar si se merecía estar en las encinas. Vale, pues te digo yo que sí. Es un currante de los pies a la cabeza.
Lo siento muchísimo. De verdad, no, enseguida me cargo.
De verdad que no tiene importancia.
Están invitados. Recoge tus cosas, que estás despedido.
¿Crees que debería hacerte caso y quitarles el examen?
No, hazles el examen mañana.
¿Dónde vas, demonio?
¿Demonio?
¿Qué haces?
Bueno, pero por encima de la ropa no son cuernos.
Pues toma, para que no te acerques.
¿Acaso estás ligando conmigo? No. Pues ya está. Tiene más peligro decirme que no que decirme que sí.
This guy's crazy, man, in the middle of the club.
Mira, ya está. Cualquier cosa por ayudar a Omar. Cualquier cosa menos traicionarle.
Oh, this guy, man, he's gonna go after him. I'm gonna clap on there because he got close there, and I would have been disappointed. I was waiting for the scene to play out, you know, before you go in on somebody. That's what I was gonna do. I was gonna say, and there, how have you done this, mate? Literally, when you was dying on your deathbed with leukemia, Omar was there. He was fighting. He was doing everything for you. He was going around. He was joeying. He was making sure he was at your appointments. He was backing you up. He was doing everything he could for you. He stood by you, Omar. So you can't just come back, survive your cancer, even though well done and glad you did survive it. But you can't betray him like that. You can't come after it and start getting with other guys just because he's showing a bit of interest in you. Now, Omar told you not to go to that party, but you did anyway. He said that the person you need to go after is ARI and not this guy, but he still went. Now, I'm guessing Ander was trying to see how far he was willing to go to get the answers, but that's it. It's too far, man. The guy's so pushy. He's literally right in your face, right on it. He's like a rocket as well. And I'm glad that he managed to withdraw himself from the situation. He didn't kiss him, even though guy was like down on him, and then decided to leave. So I give you the benefit of doubt, fair play. You know, you stuck by Omar, you even said it, you told him you had a boyfriend and you'd do anything but betray him, so I like it.
Es que yo no sé si...
No, que tengo más habitaciones a mi nombre por mi trabajo.
Vale.
Si necesitas algo, ¿Tienes hambre? Llamas al servicio de habitaciones y que lo pongan a mi cuenta, ¿vale?
Como mucha habitación para dormir
Oh,
sola.
no way.
Armando.
She's just bisexual, mate. She's just here for a good time.
Ya aparecerá. ¿Dónde quieres que vaya sin dinero?
In my dreams, I walk alone at night.
Oh, she's gonna start escorting. Oh, this is a deep question. Proper deep. Deep. Would you be an escort if you was getting paid dollage and it was like, sleep with this guy once a month, guy drops you 2k or something? Now, I fucking would, mate. Dead right. Like, literally, I definitely would. Me, I judge nobody for doing it, mate. Got to put that bread on the table. And if you're getting dough, go for it. Literally, go for it. Anything in life, yeah. If you're going to get bank for it, as long as it's not illegal, fucking run with it, mate. Do what you need to do for yourself. If you're going to make bare wedge out of it, get a better life, gonna put food on your table, roof over your head, provide for your family, don't matter how old you are, legally, long as it's not illegal, I would go for it. So she's found herself in an interesting situation. Honestly, I'm really interested now because she did ring. Well, she texted Rebe a few times and she ignored it. She left her on red, which never. And she done it on WhatsApp. It's different. Never have your red text on. I don't have it on so people can see it. But it's interesting now. She's going to come to school. She's going to see him. Is she going to feel guilt? I don't know. Her dad thinks she's going to come back, but she didn't. She's Mencia. She's a good character. She's the best one that's been introduced.
Sana, en una hora en el aula digital con García para el examen.
Igual esto os interesa.
Answers.
O sea que salisteis juntos al final.
Bueno, ahí tienes las respuestas, que es lo importante.
¿Hay algo que debiera saber o...?
No, solo bailamos.
¿Y quién te dice a ti que son las de verdad?
¿Por qué iba a querer joderte?
Bueno, no sé, para quitarme del medio a lo mejor.
Para saber si estoy siendo sincero, solo tienes que usar esas respuestas.
73 sobre 100.
Aprobado.
He hablado
Es
con tu
feo.
gerente para que te vuelva a contratar. Deja de librar las batallas de los demás y céntrate en las tuyas.
Well done, Samuel.
¿Cómo
my
crees que
God.
te salió el examen? 97 sobre 100.
It's too obvious, that.
Alguien que ha hecho un examen casi perfecto cree que lo ha hecho perfecto. Hay que ser muy torpe para sacar casi un 100 copiando.
Entonces me quedo, ¿no? Con mi beca, mi uniforme...
Eso es todo.
¿Qué? Con 2 cojones, sí, señor.
¿En serio cuánto has sacado?
97.
¿Qué dices?
¿Qué?
¿Cómo?
¿Tú tan preocupado que estabas?
Oye, tío, que... Gracias. De corazón.
¿Esta es el Instagram de tu novia? Está hablando con ella, es súper simpática. Nos hemos llevado muy bien. Le he contado lo de la cita de ayer, la conexión que tuvimos.
He's won this race. Not ready.
Guzmán, al agua.
Oye, si alguno de vosotros dos pensaba que podía conmigo, pues que se lo piense otra vez.
Who died? Oh yeah. Is that ARI? Oh, it is. Oh, she's alive. She's alive.
Repito, la chica está viva.
That's interesting. And that's going to wrap up today's video. Interesting. What a great episode. Honestly, what a great episode. Big fan of Mencia. I actually am. She's a great character. I love the fact that she went straight forward, steamrolled Rocket right into Rebe. She stated her intention. She went after her. She took her out. She gave her a kiss. Rebe's confused. She don't know what's going on. I said it in the episode. You know, I bet she never even thought that she was bisexual. Never been attracted to someone before and by the female sex. But you know, she's been like full on overwhelmed, and now she's like stepping back and trying to figure out what's going on. That's why Mencia texted her. She didn't reply. She spiraled out a bit. Slept with like a politician. He left the cash. I posed a question: would you be an escort? I was like, I definitely would if I was making bank. Obviously, we got this. Her brother as well. He gave Omar the answers to the test. That his dad is a new principal who sacked Ander's mum. Now he's made Samuel and Ander do a test. Omar do a test. Samuel's passed by himself. Well done, Samuel. Big up, stay in the school. Omar's got the answers. Now, obviously, Ander went out and danced with him. This guy was making a move on him, and Ander obviously like pushed him away. He said that he would never betray like Omar, which is right. He shouldn't do. Omar stood by him through thick and thin, but from Omar's point of view, it's not looking that way, man. The guys are pretty close, you see, and he's getting into information for the answers now. He's wondering, why is this guy helping me? So, I mean, it's hard for him on that side. Now, obviously, Guzman here in the present, he's missing Nadia. Nadia's far away. He worked his way in with Ari then, at a request from a sister, because he was trying to use him so that Omar and what is it? And Samuel can pass the test. He was trying to get the answers and use her. Now, she sounds like she's never really been accepted by anybody as well. And their mothers died in a car crash. And I feel like possibly Mencia might have been the reason why the car crashed. Just the way that Ari said to her as well, haven't you caused enough trouble or pain to this family already? If you are reason the family members died, you do not want that thrown in your face, honestly. You don't. Now, her dad's come into school. He's steamrolled his way through. He's not made a good entrance, has he? And the kids even made a stance. He all sat down at a door and was like pretty much protesting. And Mencia actually was on their side. Now she stood up to her dad again. He froze her funds and she's kind of left, like I said, and she ended up staying in this guy's hotel. Now Katiana, she's not really been in it. I thought she was a member of the school. She was faking it last year, wasn't she? And now she's back. Now I thought she might have been a member of the school, but she's not. It looks like she's the cleaner. Now obviously she's friends with Rebe and Samuel and stuff, so we didn't really see it in this episode at all, but maybe I'm hoping that she's in later on in the season. But it's been a good introduction, and you know, Ara was lying to Guzman at the end saying that she was in talks with Nadia and getting in his head, and that's how she won the race. Now it's only a practice race, so I mean it was good, but as you say, it's good but it's not quite Carlin, you know. It's like it's good but it really had no really lasting effects considering he was just in practice. But I do like how she actually got one up over him and got inside his head. So loads of storylines have been planted, loads of directions that can get took. Now I think this has been a great introduction to the season, and usually we start off with a death and then we backtrack and how we got to those situations. Now we started off with a similar one, but she survived, and now we're going to backtrack to how she got into this position. But it'd be good if we'd backtracked, but then we also, like, while we was backtracking, we got her point of view as well from the present. I'd be interested if she sits there and tells the police a story, what she remembers, and then we get that side, so to speak, and the flip side of the backside, and if they marry up. Now that would be actually really good, because then it's like, who said, he said, she said, who's lying, who's not, how did we get here, what's going on? So should we just pick a name out of hat? You know, somebody's put her in that position, and let's pick it. So if we're going down, the one that it would look like right now would be Guzman, but he was sat in a chair. He was the one that getting interviewed at the start. Bit too obvious. Now it could be Samuel, but again, I feel like Samuel is a big character, and if they are going to extend this another season, which I do not know if they're going to do, then it would be a bit confusing, because near enough all of the main cast from season 1 would be gone. So I'm going with, yeah, absolute curveball. I'm going to throw it, literally. Mencia has done something that's knocked her out, because I don't think she was at the party then. Actually, I was going to say I don't think I've seen her, but she is there now. I definitely think I'm wrong with that one. I actually do think I'm wrong, because it's her sister. Why would she do that? But I think maybe they just bickered, you know. One of them sibling bickers, like blah 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 blah, and she might have pushed her, said, "Oh, get out of my way," and she's fell off somewhere and fell in the water. You know, we don't know, but that's what I'm going for. Just Mencia. Just gonna throw it out there. We have to pick a name, don't we? Because we know how the season goes, and it's like 8 episodes, and we're gonna work our way to it anyway. And I might do it as the episodes go on. Actually, I keep changing it, twist and turning it, because we actually don't know. We don't know what's to come. We always get information released each episode. So that is where we currently are. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's episode. It was really good in my opinion. Really enjoyed it. If you did too, please smash the like on the button. Really helps out the channel. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers guys.